TVNZ.com, giving us all the latest and greatest in advertising and the internet. Tom, what have you been working on recently, being the ad man that you are?
Well, we've been fortunate enough to work on this pretty cool Tourism New Zealand campaign, which is targeting global youth, trying to get 18 to 30-year-olds to New Zealand. So if you know anyone overseas and you'd love to show them New Zealand, whether it's in the UK or Europe, if they're not a Kiwi especially, send them along to storiesbeatstuff.com and we will get them to upload a video, and they could be here for New Zealand summer, either partying around the Bay of Islands or down at Rhythm and Vines. So again, trying to push New Zealand to the world. We'd love to get some people down here. Connor, I'm sure you'd do a pretty good host job down at Rhythm and Vines.
Oh man, I would love to hang out with your foreign friends.
So if you've got Swedish friends that you met backpacking, or an English mate from a pub.
Yeah.
If you've got Swedish friends at all, just get in touch.
Yeah,
exactly.
Love the Swedes, man. Just yeah.
Storiesbeatstuff.com.
It's a pretty cool idea as well. So you're trading something, and you can be as creative as you want.
Totally. So you basically we've got these amazing New Zealand experiences, and you've got to actually say what you would trade to win one of these trips. So you can see the guy on the left here on what's up on screen. He's going to trade his flatmate stuff in his room for this awesome summer rhythm experience, which is a great trip. So if you know anyone out there and you want to bring them to New Zealand and you don't want to pay for it, let's face it, that must be all of us. Let's get them to NZ this summer.
Easy as. It's a pretty cool campaign to be working on as well.
It is, and you know, social media is booming, especially amongst 18 to 30-year-olds, to use that medium to tell a great story about our country is awesome, and it's a big step away from what they've done in the past. So it's been great to be involved with that.
Now, talking about sort of the big, I suppose, conglomerates who look after the world's main resources. You're saying just before that data is the new oil. Yeah,
well, I've heard that term thrown around a few times in presentations and conferences, and I think and I buy into it in a lot of ways. You know, oil has been something that the world's needed for growth. You know, every country pays money for oil coming from a few select countries and organisations worldwide, most of them in the Middle East. But now, all of a sudden, you know, data, so your information that you're putting onto the internet is now becoming the new oil, in the sense that it's controlled by a very select few of people. Google, Apple, Facebook. And as this grows, those people are going to have more and more power, because that data is...
So we're gonna wind up in the same sort of box.
Potentially.
Is what we're facing with the whole 99% versus 1%.
Exactly. So it's kind of this massive... disconcerting thing when you're giving up your data. But it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to give up my data. Actually, but if I do, I can get X, Y, Z in the short term. In the long term, it's going to be really interesting to see how that unfolds. And we're kind of... especially people in our age are kind of like, yeah, no, this is pretty sweet, but not thinking necessarily about that big picture.
You don't. You go on Facebook, you talk to your friends, you click the things you like, you know, it's just what you do now, but you don't think about any sort of long-term ramifications.
Totally.
And we were talking about that picture of WikiLeaks versus Facebook. We're saying Mark Zuckerberg, he takes your information and sells it to advertisers, and everyone thinks he's a hero. Exactly.
And then Julian Assange is giving away companies' information, and he's getting prosecuted for it. So it shows you this massive sort of, I guess, disconnect between corporate values and human values which exist at the moment.
Totally. Tom, always a pleasure. Love having you on the show. You're actually spinning tunes tonight. You are, of course, part of the Hit Blitz right now that's happening on You Live, where we're playing nothing but hits. 10 minutes remaining in that, but Tom, you're playing real live hits tonight down at 885 with Ruby Frost.
I am. I can't wait, actually. So if you're in the Auckland region, or if you're not in the Auckland region and you can afford a flight, get there. It will be fun. Summer has started, and you know, we're already enjoying the hits
behaving
now.
Accordingly.
Exactly. It's a silly season, just in case you didn't know.
Hey, we're going to have a quick break. When we come back, nothing but hits for the remaining 9 minutes of the show. Tom, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you down at the party.
Thanks, Connor.
Amazing.